It's up to you to hold Kingpin at bay here, while Murdoch and I gather enough legal evidence to put him behind bars forever.
You know, I just realized that I don't know much about you. How did you and Murdoch first join forces?
It's unfortunate that we masked men must hide so much from the world, but there is one thing you do need to know. Behind this mask is the face of a friend, and a lifelong partner in your war against Kingpin.
Thanks. Goodbye, Daredevil. Don't worry, I'm going to fight the Kingpin to the bitter end.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Black Man Bluff. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Matt Murdock, Armored Daredevil. But first, I've been talking about how y'all would think it would have been cool, how y'all thought it would have been cool if Matt Murdock was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No, I'm gonna tell you straight off the bat. Take a look at this. Yo, that dude did not win one fight in this whole season. Matt Murdock is trash. I'm gonna tell you off the rip, he is trash. That dude got the wind of a smoking 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? He got the brakes beat off him almost every episode of the third season. And y'all think he would have stood a chance against Thanos and his aliens? They would have tore him apart, man. He wouldn't have lasted. Did you remember how them aliens looked? Matt Murdock getting beat by regular goons. You talking about Thanos? That man would have been dead. It would have been him and Black Widow dead. And then it's some people out here who got the nerve, the audacity to even think that Daredevil could hang with Batman. How dare you? You are out of your mind. Out of your mind to even think that. Matt Murdock can't even, first of all, you could beat Matt Murdock in a loud club. If it's too loud, he can't even do nothing. He gets handled by regular people. Honestly, I don't even think he could beat the goddamn 1966 Batman. And that 1966 Batman had hands. You got rocked. Bullseye made him look like a fool, beat him with office supplies. Come on, man. Come on. Knock it off. Matt Murdock stands 6 1/4 inches. Armored Daredevil includes a Matt Murdock head sculpt, 2 open hands, a second set of wrists with extended baton, and that's Daredevil. Let's get into the articulation of Armored Daredevil. First things first, of course, vertical, horizontal. It's pretty high, so you can do those looking down poses, dropping down. He has shoulder articulation. However, it's restricted by these shoulder pads, bicep swivel, double elbow, wrists, rotating and hinge. It's fist pound, mid abdomen, back and forth, waist rotation. These are nice. Look at this. In here, this is not paint. This is sculpting. Beautifully done. Thigh rotation, groin. He doesn't have those drop legs, but double knee, swivel, back and forth. Mine's kind of tight. I never force my parts. Here's a helpful hint real quick, guys. If you have these figures and they're tight, don't force the parts. Just run some hot water over it until it's soft. You don't want to break a new figure because you were impatient. The articulation of Daredevil. Armored Daredevil. This is armor he used because he faked his own death. Something like that. I don't remember. It's quite a long time ago. I know he faked his own death in a comic book and he came back with this armor. Something like that. You guys read up on it. As an action figure, I think it's dope. He's dope. He's not the best Daredevil. I still think the Defender box set Daredevil is the best Daredevil. This head sculpt that came with the Armored Daredevil, I'm gonna probably end up using it for that Daredevil. And that's that. I like him though. I give him, if I had to grade him, I give him an 8. He's a solid figure. Did have issues with the armor plates on his shoulder. I felt like that should have been silver instead of that gray plastic. If it was silver, it probably would have set that figure off a lot more. But it's not a deal breaker. I still think he was one of the figures that I wanted really bad, and I'm glad they made him. Good head sculpt. The Matt Murdock head sculpt is dope. I appreciated it. I like the weapons and I like the hand accessories. So they did for a retro wave. Overall, this retro wave is not that bad. This is a good retro wave. Good retro wave, and the numbers are high. We gave Spider-Man got a 10, Green Goblin got a 10, and I think Electro got like a 7.8. And what did we give? Gwen, we gave her an 8. So this is a solid wave, and compared to the other waves, it's pretty solid. So don't sleep on it. If you can pick it up, pick it up. I think Ben Affleck's Daredevil is better than Netflix's Daredevil. I don't know, he just got his ass kicked too much for me. I'm like, is he a superhero or just a gym teacher out there? He was getting rocked. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the figure. Yes, we give him a solid 8. And that closes out the Spider-Man Retro wave. So you guys know what time it is. It's the end of the show. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I always say this, I take pictures. So follow me on Instagram, Saturday_Morningz. And that's Morningz with a Z. Follow me, I follow back. Tell your friends about us, whatever, etc., etc. I appreciate you guys. We closed out thank you for sharing this first wave with us. The Spider-Man Retro wave. It's poetic that we start this show with a throwback wave, because Saturday mornings is a throwback theme. I just thought of that just now. Appreciate my greatness. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I am out. I'm out. Yeah. Did I do this beam trick? I messed up. That last time I beamed, I ended up in a prison, in a Venus prison, and they were very weird out there. So let me see if I can. All right, I'm getting out of here.